I know that it's challenging, and I know that it's really difficult to think about walking in and not just slaying this other person. If you believe in a higher power, you believe in something outside yourself that's bigger than you, I hope that you do. Because Mother Nature is here every single day telling us that there is an energy, there is a source intelligence that teaches and guides an acorn to grow into an oak tree. That same intelligence is here within you and working with you. It's the next question is, I found out several years ago that my dad allowed my brother to get away with sexually abusing my sisters. I haven't spoken to him in years because he chooses to not take any accountability for this. Now he's dying of cancer, and I'm wondering if I should visit him one last time. I'm worried if I do that it won't be a good situation, as I won't be able to hold back my anger. How could I go when I know that I would want to harm him emotionally or physically? First of all, good job for having the awareness that you may not be able to remain in a neutral state. I think that's really a great first step. I think identifying with the fact that you have anger is also another really great second step. The only thing you can do is work through your own emotions around this. If you have that amount of anger, then you've got some work to do. And you're going to have to take these people off the cross. It does not mean that you're saying that what they've done is right or that you agree with it. But you have to come to a place where you recognize that hurt people hurt others. And oftentimes that means that people turn a blind eye to things. It's not right. And yes, it would be great if we could hold everybody accountable, but we can't. The only person we can hold accountable is ourselves. Now, with that said, we can certainly speak our truth. I'm not sure from your question if you've done that in the past or not. I'm not sure, what kinds of conversations you've had. There's a thing called timing. And timing sometimes means that someone is not willing or able to get deeply into their own wounds. Oftentimes, when we're ready, bold, courageous, I'm going to go in and I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to share my feelings and I'm going to truth tell. Oftentimes the other person isn't in that place. I don't know why that dynamic has to happen, but it often does. And so there's something here for you to really see if you can go into that anger and dissolve it to a place where you could go in a neutral state and see your dad. I 100% believe that seeing your dad before he passes is a valuable thing. You may not be able to say anything. You may have to bite your tongue. You might find a way to say something, and you might be surprised at the type of response that you get back. Or not. You might not get any response. It might be because they emotionally can't respond. It might be because they physically are in so much pain that they can't. I think there's an opportunity for you. I'm feeling very strongly that you being in the presence of your father in a very vulnerable state might give you a new perspective. It might give you a new perspective of what it's like to really have empathy for someone else who's in pain. Take that for what it's worth to you. I know that it's challenging, and I know that it's really difficult to think about walking in and not just slaying this other person. If you believe in a higher power, you believe in something outside yourself that's bigger than you, I hope that you do. Because Mother Nature is here every single day telling us that there is an energy, there is a source intelligence that teaches and guides an acorn to grow into an oak tree. That same intelligence is here within you and working with you. It's beating your heart. It's allowing you to breathe. And I hope that you can go in there and ask source intelligence to guide you. that you don't go in there on your own just thinking, I'm going to go in there with my mind and all of my stories. You go in there with your stories, I guarantee you're going to just facilitate more of that story. And that would not be the point. The point would be to go in to transmute a feeling that you're experiencing and to see things from a different lens. I'm not saying you're going to go in and everything's going to change and everything's just going to, be perfectly fine. I'm saying go in there with the possibility that things could shift for you. If you go in there thinking that your dad's going to change all of a sudden or he's going to be different, I think you're going to set yourself up for a big disappointment. Do the work. This is a huge opportunity for you. It's a calling for you to understand the tenderness of being a soul in a body, the tenderness of the terror and drama that happened to a lot of people, oftentimes at a younger age, the trauma that doesn't get resolved and ends up in terrible acts like sexual abuse. I mean, the same for your brother. Again, we're not giving them a spiritual pass saying that it's right to sexually abuse siblings. We're saying that there is something in there. There's the word evilness comes to mind, right? There's an energy in there that's coming from a darker, lower vibrational place. We're all attached to these lower, darker vibrational places. We've all had many, many lifetimes where we've been in the depths of the darkness, where we've shown the light, right? So wherever we are in this lifetime and our adventure, we do have to recognize that we all still are one. And I know that's a hard concept, but we are. And there's something deeper within each person that they're struggling with, that they've called in this lifetime to work on. And honestly, you've called them in to teach you something too. So nobody's immune here. These are all soul contracts. Get into those soul contracts. Why did I choose my father who's doing X, Y, and Z? Why did I choose this brother who did X, Y, and Z? Figure out why you chose them. That's really the key. If you get that, then you've got it. Then you've got it for all your relationships in life. And that's what they're here to teach you. They're here to get you to go deep, deep, deep within yourself, to get to your demons, to get to your stuff, to get to your love, to get to your light, and let that come up. Not just the darkness. Yes, let the darkness come up, but let it out, right? You're holding it in. That's what I'm getting for you, is you are holding in your own darkness and trying to blame it on them. They got their own stuff, no doubt. But get to yours, because that's what they're offering for you to do, is to see your own darkness and your own, underbelly of shit that is sitting there waiting to be transmuted into the love and light that you actually really are. I hope that's helpful. I'm always open to comments. I'd love to hear what you think and how that shifted you. And thank you for that question. It's a tough one to ask. All right, let's go to the next question.